Well, good evening and welcome to this edition of the Island Stats Cricket Show. I'm your host, Earl Baston. Joining me is co-host Doc Menders. Doc, some interesting scores this weekend. As we know, we had 2 days of play, both Saturday and Sunday. Let me quickly run down the results from this past weekend, starting with yesterday. It was Cleveland. That's today. Hold on. Let's go back to yesterday. It was in Premier Division. St. George's Cricket Club won by 293 runs against Western Stars. St. George's scored 375 for 8 and bowled Western Stars out for 82. And then St. David's Cricket Club defeated Bailey's Bay by 6 wickets. Bailey's Bay were bowled out for 188, and St. David's made 193 for 4. In First Division yesterday, Flats won by 8 wickets over Devonshire Recreation Club. Devonshire Recreation Club scored 195 all out, and Flats would score 198 for 2. And then in women's division cricket action yesterday at the Police Field, it was Western Stars winning a thriller by 3 runs over Somerset Bridge. Western Stars scored 78 for 4 in their lot of 10 overs and then restricted Somerset Bridge to 75 for 4. Then in today's Premier Division, it was Cleveland County winning by 8 wickets over Western Stars. Western Stars were all out for 82 for a second day in a row, and Cleveland County would score 87 for 2. Bailey's Bay won by 97 runs over Somerset Cricket Club. Bailey's Bay would score 271 for 7, and then bowl Somerset Cricket Club all out for 173. St. George's Cricket Club won by 45 runs against St. David's Cricket Club. St. George's scored 253 all out, and then bowled St. David's out for 208. In First Division play, it was Flats winning by 7 wickets over PHC. PHC would score a 189, and Flats would score 190 for 3. And then just recently, Southampton Rangers won by 4 wickets over Somerset Bridge in a high-scoring match. Somerset Bridge scored 275 all out, and then Southampton Rangers just scored. So very interesting times, Doc, in the league. St. George's would get their revenge over St. David's. St. David's batted out the 50 overs. They were at one point 154 for 9, but O.J. Pitcher batting at the tail along with C.J. Otterbridge. They saw the 50 overs up, not wanting to be built out, helping their run rate, hoping that someone else would beat St. George's along the way. So smart cricket by St. David's, just making sure that they don't lose, they don't get bowled out to hurt their run rate. They've been scoring freely as well, just like St. George's, but here's a day-to-day. Let's go back to yesterday. I'm a bit concerned only because 2 days in a row, a team like Western Stars, I know they were depleted yesterday with a few injuries and so forth, but 82 2 days in a row. How could we explain that?
I'm not too sure myself. Like you said, they got some interest. They're missing some key batsmen. Brian's hurt. Of course, Bongi, we don't get back to next week. And with those 2 players, key batsmen missing out of the team, it's a big toll, but it's no excuse. Both games, like 82, is like, they got to take a little more pride back. Like today, I think they only betted like 25 overs.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, when St. George scored, they scored their big total.
Right.
You would think that somebody will sit up and try to, just like St. David's done today, try to boost that run rate, because you never know, it might come down to run rate towards the end. But they got to go back to the drawing board. I talked to a few of the players, leading up even before the game. I told them you can't score runs any other way. You need to stay there and bet. And that's come from like putting your bare balls away and basically try to bet
Hmm.
50 overs. The Berlin's not been on power either. One game they would build build really well, and then the next game, they're Berlin all over the place. But they got some key injuries even in the Berlin. So and they're
Right.
struggling. They're struggling for players this year again. They got some major injuries. I even forgot like Jason Anderson been injured too. He broke his fractured his wrist. He's been out. They got Brian Hall
Mm.
out injured. They got one of the Berlin's PGA and a few other guys out. So yeah, they're
Right.
missing
What?
some players. So hopefully, next week, most of these players, well, I know at least two or three of them might be back. So hopefully next
Yeah.
week,
What's the
they put up a
chances of
battle.
falling back guys that are out on loan? I mean, I know that's an option. What's the chances of doing that just to cover?
Well, it's I don't know how many players that I don't want to learn. It may be one or two, but those guys have not been really playing, any serious cricket. I know one of my nephews is playing for PhD, and he just recently started playing again too. It's been
Hmm.
overseas, so I'm not too sure how that works. But it's one of those things where yeah, steady cricket now. It's been struggling for not only Western Stars. So there's a lot of teams have struggled. Even the umpires have been struggling to get to the games. Like
Yes.
yesterday, I think two or three games are called because no umpires flats and some. So I'm sure, when they looked at the schedule for the season
Hmm.
too, they're probably saying, look, I'm put my time on to work at this. So
Right.
the whole league's been, for me personally, it's been hectic. I know they wanted to play, all the teams agreed to play
Right.
you know,
Yes.
50 overs. They want to play each team twice. But for this expense, like to play Saturday and Sunday, we can wrap the cup match. I got cup match trials coming up. You have Eastern Conference, Western Conference, thank goodness Central Conference, they haven't been playing. Just imagine it's a Central Conference of full slate of teams.
Hmm.
Where, how are they going to play that? But anyway, it's something for the board to look to. I make no excuses for the teams and the umpires,
Yes.
but nowadays Saturdays it's a lot of people work. It's time
Hmm.
and a half, double time. But the only thing with my thing is just throwing it to those guys in a week. You got to give notice early for that.
Yeah. Doc, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday who played cricket years ago, so forth. And the general basis of the conversation was back in the day when only one umpire showed up or no umpire showed up, the two coaches took over the umpire and do this. Only because the guys wanted to play. They did not care. They
Yeah.
wanted to play. When you showed up on a Saturday or a Sunday, you had your gear, you was ready to play. And didn't make a difference who was umpiring, just as long as the game got played. But it seems a little different now. I think, guys are looking for excuses not to play, you know?
That could be true too, but it's kind of difficult, to ask the coaches when they come there to umpire. I mean, years ago, like you said, they didn't mind that. But now, teams relegation, teams going up. You got teams that can go down, and teams. There's some important games coming up,
Hmm.
and you want the umpires there. I mean, like I said, years ago that would happen, but nowadays I'm surprised too. A lot of the teams that won't play. What I heard yesterday from one of the games that was called off yesterday, one of the teams did want umpires, but then the other team didn't agree to it. So what happens in a
Right.
scenario like that? But it's one of those things where like you know um, it's difficult because you want you want promotion, and you don't want teams to go down because of
Yeah.
umpire's decision. I'm not
Yes.
saying that that would happen, but it's a lot of other rules and regulations in the game that the coaches should know that anyway. But for them to,
Right.
like I said, to take over and then coach the team too, You know, back then, if you was coaching, you got paid for coaching. You got paid for umpiring. But
Right.
I still used to coach
Well,
just to get the game going. But I don't know how it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
it's difficult nowadays
right.
for like players and umpires.
Yeah, yeah. I just think, if more people wanted the games to be played, they'll figure out a way to play those games. Now it's going to come down to a board decision, because if you look at it, Doc, there's no room in the schedule for to make up these games.
No,
Now it's
it's
going to come
not.
down to a board decision, and now somebody's going to be upset with the board because on the day it was decided we're not going to play.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Well,
yeah,
I hope both, like you said, I hope both captains thought about that when they made that decision,
made decision.
not to
Yeah,
play.
yeah,
It's like you said, you sometimes when I was back in, like I said, back in the day when we did, even if we had fine, but it's kind of hard to even pull people from out of the crowd to do it because
right, right.
then that's even
It's a
more
thankless
difficult. But
job. It is a very
it is,
thankless job. Yeah,
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 and you got to get umpires kudos for doing it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, looking at that St. George's score yesterday, 375 for eight in their 50 overs. Jonte Smith scored a century. His runs came off of 97 balls. He had 8 fours, 5 sixes. Abdul Salam added 91 not out. His runs came off of 64 balls. He had 6 fours and 4 sixes. And Zari Painter scored 73. So you had 3 batsmen, top order batsmen, over 50.
Yeah.
Which gave Western Stars a mountain to climb. When you're lacking that those extra batsmen and those quality bowlers, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at Seabreeze Oval yesterday, Bailey's Bay would go down by 6 wickets to their county rivals, St. David's. Bailey's Bay batted first. They won the toss. They elected to bat. They scored 188. Dalray Rollins was the top scorer of 84. His runs came off of 70 balls. He had 3 fours and 7 sixes. Aaron Painter was the pick of the St. David's bowlers. 10 overs, 4 maidens, 3 for 27. And then in reply, St. David scored 193 for 4. Ricardo Brangman was the top scorer with 97 not out. His runs came off 139 balls. A patient knock for Ricardo. He hit 3 fours and 9 sixes. Rollins was the pick of the Bailey's Bay bowlers. 10 overs, 4 maidens, 2 for 9. And then at Devonshire Recreation Club, Flats would win by 8 wickets. Devonshire Rack batted first. They were out for 195. Ajay Daniels was the top scorer of 57. Keegan Jones was the pick of the Flats bowlers. 7.1 overs, no maidens, 3 for 32. And then in reply, Jan Johan Now was the top scorer for Flats as they scored 198 for 2. He scored 98 not out. His runs came off 106 balls. He had 8 fours and 3 sixes. Chris Daly was the pick of the Devonshire Recreation Club, taking 1 for 32. And then the final first division, the women's game was played yesterday. So let's take our first commercial break, and then we come back today and talk about today's matches, Doc. We'll be right back.
Putting down the weapons.
You seen this? Better Than Bouillon is an oft-featured organic food producer who believe that great recipes begin with great ingredients. This judiciously named brand is aimed directly at the primary stages of meal preparation in the kitchen. replacing traditional bouillon cubes and the like with bases made from organically produced meat and vegetables, resulting in a higher level of purity and a more robust flavor. This month we're featuring Better Than Bouillon organic bases, made with roasted beef or chicken or seasoned vegetables. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
How you doing? It's Coach Bascom here. Listen, I just want to introduce, to let you know that, guess what? Oh yeah, I've been endorsing salt. Now, you know what this is for, right? Yep. Smelly shoes. You know, those days that you're coming back from training, sneakers. Yep. You start, you know, you're sitting them in your house, you got them in your room, and you got them in your closet, and you know, you're getting that smell come through. Well, this is what it's for. Excited about it, excited to promote because I believe in it, because I know when I was playing outdoors especially, this is definitely what I needed. Hey, even look at the packaging. Very, very professional company, done on so much work, yeah, with the material, with the bag. Listen, I'm excited about it. Glad to be a partner with them. Glad to be endorsing this product, yeah. And here we go. Get your bag.
And welcome back. Well, Doc, today at Seabreeze Oval, Cleveland County defeated Western Stars by those 7 wickets. Alan Douglas restricted Cleveland County, Western Stars to those 82 runs. He bowled 8 overs, 2 maidens, 6 for 12. And then Treadwell Gibbons scored 35, not out, helping Cleveland County on their way to that victory. I do want to go back to one note from yesterday's match in the St. George's Western Stars match. In reply to the 375, Western Stars scored 82. Trey Mendes was the top scorer with him and Kevin, with top with 21. Kevin Fobler was the pick of the St. George's Cricket Club bowlers with figures of 9.2 overs, 2 maidens, 6 for 17. I'm not sure how he's on. He must be on loan from Willowcotts to St. George's to help boost their run for this league title. But he claimed 6 wickets yesterday for 17. Just today, was it? Would you say just not enough quality bats, or guys taking chances against Allen on Bailey's Bay Field?
It's more like yesterday, isn't it? It's like the spin. If you look at it, you know, Kevin is doing his left arm spin. Yesterday, I guess he was mixing it up a bit. And then you got Allen's the same thing, you know, mixing the spin with a little quick one in there. I just say variation. Both of them got good variations. And when you got birders out there, they normally give you a bare ball. Those are the balls you got to put away. And I think both times, maybe yesterday and today, they didn't put the bare ball away. And they gave up too many dot balls. You know, that means you're facing more balls. You know, one of the coaches I remember back there years ago when the coaches said, you know where the best when you're playing against good birders, you know where the best place to be? It's up the other end.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you look for these singles. Get on there and get up the other end.
Yes.
You know, but they didn't do that. So you know, the more you face it, the ball's gonna allow to do something, especially if the wicked's doing something. You know, I mean, it's good to go on and face a few, but most of the balls, you know, it's always good to get up to the other end, see what the ball's doing early, especially the new batsmen that are coming in too. But yeah, it's like the spin is doing it to them, and that's probably what they need to work on. I think the first part of the early in the season, it was they haven't been getting good starts. So, you know, and now it seems like they get 1 or 2 good starts, and then the spin come on, and then, you know, that's it. Yeah. So, like I said, hopefully next week, you know, once they get the players that are injured back, you know, at least 3 or 4 batsmen that will strengthen the middle order. Well, it's early order and middle order, so you know, and they need to now focus on get some points so they could stay up.
Stay up. Yeah, it's about survival right now. I mean,
Survival.
these two heavy defeats would hurt
Yeah.
run rate, would hurt a
Run
lot of
rate.
things. Yeah.
Run rate,
Yeah.
morale, and everything.
Yes. Yes. So they'll be looking to kind of steady the ship next weekend on Sunday. As on Saturday, it's Western and Central County. So will be no Premier and Division cricket, I guess. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Then let's go up to Somerset Cricket Club, because Bailey's Bay bounced back from that defeat to St. David's yesterday to defeat the Somerset Cricket Club, and Somerset's been on a roll. Somerset would have fancied their chances of chasing 271. They've been averaging like 250 runs a game, but it didn't work out today. They were bowled out for 173. Jarrett Richardson was the top scorer for Bailey's Bay. He scored 138 off of 126 balls. He had 15 fours and 5 sixes. Dominic Sabir was the pick of the Somerset Cricket Club bowlers. He returned figures of 10 overs, 2 for 64. And then in reply, Somerset were bowled out for that 173. Gennaro Tucker was the top scorer with 82 not out. His runs came off of 70 balls. He had 10 fours and 3 sixes. Michael Agard was the pick of the Bailey's Bay bowlers. 8.5 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 27. So Bailey's Bay were able to pick themselves up, dust themselves off, travel to Somerset after that defeat at Seabreeze yesterday, and come away with a big win for them. Their season hasn't gone as planned. I think yesterday was their 5th loss of the season, wouldn't it be?
I think it is. They've been up and down like stars, isn't it? They got a victory here, but I think they're going to be all right because a lot of the players come back. I don't know if Rodney played this weekend, but I know he played last weekend.
Yeah, Rodney played today.
Yeah, see, maybe
Taryn played today as well.
Yeah, and those guys are back. Mm-hmm. And Jared, I see Jared back is getting amongst the runs.
Yes.
That 100's going to do him for good, because it's one of those batsmen that takes a little while to get in. It's nice to see him get in and get a beat turtle. It's take the pressure off the guys like Delray and making the runs free, and some of these other guys. It's nice to see some of the younger guys chipping in now. Mm-hmm. So I think Bay will be all right though, because like I said, I got most Connie Cups coming around. All the players are going to be out. They got something to play for. They got to try to get in that team. So and I'm sure that's probably one of the reasons why most of the players come out. Right.
Well, let me ask you, Doc, because you were a guest player for Bailey's Bay, weren't you?
Yeah.
So being a guest player for someone like Bailey's Bay in Eastern County, what is that like? The training, the putting it all together for them. And we all know what cup match training's like. We all know what that is like, because that happens over the course of a whole month or so. And you have all those trials. Gone are the days where Bailey's Bay used to play St. George's in a cup match trial, and that was almost a county trial as well. That was for the Clevie Bay's father-son Memorial Trophy.
Yeah, and theirs was some crucial games because it was leading up. It wasn't only cup match trial. Was it like an Eastern County cup match trial for most of the players too? Mm-hmm. When I got invited for Bay that time, I was kind of surprised because Bay at Dershire it's a really good team.
Yeah.
But being that I was staying in the area, and I think Noel and Charlie approached me, and maybe a few of the other guys, and asked me to play. I said, okay, well, got the offer. Just I've been training, and I think I ended up playing 2 years. We won the first year. That was good. Mm-hmm. That was we won the trophy back that year too, and that was an amazing feat. Marching the trophy out of St. David's. Your first game.
Yeah.
And then the next season, I played they took it right back. So it's one of those things. But it's it's amazing.
You got to march it out, and then you had to watch it march back out.
Yeah, so and I ended up there. I think it was 2 years or 3 years, but it was a good feeling, basically because I wasn't, I didn't play for Bay, and you like you said, you come as a guest player, so you have to perform when you get your turn. That's a base player that year too, like that,
Yes.
because we both was living in Crow, and it was good, man. And one thing I liked about all the players, that no problem for us coming in the team, um, we trained, you got to train the team, we stayed overnight with the team, and we kind of gel with the team because I had trained like at least a couple of weeks before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said, it's almost like getting cut mesh training. Everybody's there. It's not only me training. You got people on the side watching you train. So obviously they're picking that teams too.
Yes.
They're looking, and I'm sure most of the time they will look and say, I don't know if he should play or he should play, but it's one of those things. Even in training, it's like it's almost like a game per se, because we train in the middle. And everybody was watching, we train on the wickets. What value you batted, bowl, or field, and everybody was watching. You heard everything you done. So if you put me on and off the field, that's another thing too.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I was a bit concerned when I saw Somerset's lineup and the fact that the second week in a row, Gennaro's had to play. LJ came first wicket down. They're missing some players as well. But it's got to be a growing concern this late in the season. Alex Dorr played today. He was outscoring. But it's got to be a growing concern numbers wise if they're gonna go to the assistant coach to play.
I'm not too sure what's going on. I don't know. Somerset it's probably been struggling. If they run. No, it's nice to see Alex back, because remember he's just his first game back.
Yeah.
I'm sure Alex, he didn't get the runs today, but I'm sure, he'd be looking at the next few games and hopefully get some runs, because it's too far go batsmen, to not make runs. I'm seeing him the last a couple of months ago, and it's improved tremendously. Maybe Narrow is filling in just to help out. I could see him helping out LJ.
Right.
He beat him some real in the captaincy, and because remember there's a new captain.
Yes.
I'm sure Jordan might be there helping him too, but so he's probably playing now, just to help him through the season and see if they could get him some points to try to keep him up. And Narrow is a good all rounder. It's just not making runs for him. He's building, and it's making sure that the guys are LJ hitting the right field, building to one side of the field, and so it's a good person to have in the team for now. But how long he's going to play?
Yeah. Well, I know when I was looking at their scorecard, I had a little chuckle to myself because I had a thought. Jeff, would have been a perfect opportunity for you to play with your son up at Somerset.
So Jeff will do that. He talked about that years ago. Jeff finished that. Now, if LJ plays some golf now,
I
want to play golf with him.
I just say he's got his golf clubs out for Saturdays. He ain't gonna swing
golf. If he was swinging golf clubs, he want to play with LJ if that.
Definitely. But I had a good chuckle because I was like, wow, what an opportunity. Here lies a good opportunity to play a game with your son. So, but let that go by. And the final Premier Division game was, of course, that top of the table clash between St. David's and St. George's. As we all know, the first time these two teams played at Lord's and St. David's won, scoring the winning run on the final ball of the inning. And that was St. George's' only loss to date. This is St. David's second loss because they lost to Somerset earlier this season. St. George's would score 253. Abdul Salam was the top scorer of 72, so he picked up where he left off yesterday. He scored 72 today, which came over 64 balls. He had 8 4s and 2 6s. CJ Otterbridge was the pick of the St. David's Cricket Club bowlers. Figures of 10 overs, 4 for 57. In reply, St. David's were bowled out for 208. Dean Stevens was the top scorer with 33. Shakai Darrell was the pick of the St. George's Cricket Club bowlers with 10 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 32. I just want to go back and look at that. St. David's lost their 9th wicket for 152. That's when Justin Pitcher was out. So CJ and OJ put on 56 runs for that last wicket partnership, and they took up 15 overs. They betted out 15 overs because they lost that wicket in the 35.5 overs. So they betted out 14.1 overs. They betted out to not be bowled out, and I think other teams should take a page out of that book for just so your run rate stays high.
Yeah, that's good. But what was interesting in the betting lineup, I was looking at it. I was wondering why OJ, Ricardo, and Justin, these senior batsmen was betting on so late. I don't know what happened. I mean, that was an important game for them. I didn't know what the strategy was behind that. But if you look at the betting, the scorecard, these guys betted down. They betted real late.
Yes.
I see a lot of the youngsters went up. Isaiah, little boy Painter, and a few more betted early. Yeah, Marcus open. And these guys, betted way on the end. So I don't know what game plan. Maybe they had that in mind, or getting close to the score and having somebody down there to, just in case they needed like 30, 40 runs, that they could see if they got, the seniors go bring it in. But I don't know what happened there. But in the end, they lost. But they still, like I said, they still didn't affect our run rate.
Right. Yeah, which is a good thing for St. David's. Yeah, they will want to keep that up. Again, hoping somebody beats
if you think about it, the league's not over yet because, St. George still has to play Bay. I think Somerset and some of these teams, so, if Bay with that long up their half, they could get St. George. That's a good matchup for St. George if they, if Rodney and the Agard guy and, with Del Raider and now with Jared getting runs, that's going to be an interesting matchup. I don't know if it's this week or next week, but, I'm sure it's not like they don't need to win. They need to win too.
Yes. Yeah, they definitely need to win.
Yeah, they need points too. So that's going to be a really, really interesting matchup.
Yeah. Well, let's take our second commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk First Division matchups. We'll be right back.
How you doing? It's Coach Pascal here. Listen, I just want to introduce, to let you know that, guess what? Oh yeah, I've been endorsing Salt. Now, you know what this is for, right? Yep. Smelly shoes. Those days that you're coming back from training, sneakers. Yep. You start, you're sitting them in your house, you got them in your room, and you got them in your closet, and you're getting that smell come through. Well, this is what it's for. Excited about it. Excited to promote because I believe in it. Because I know when I was playing outdoors, especially, this is definitely what I needed. Hey, even look at the packaging. Very, very professional company. Done on so much work. Yeah, with the material, with the bag. Listen, I'm excited about it. Glad to be a partner with them. Glad to be endorsing this product. Yeah. And here we go. Get your bag.
They're just putting down the weapons.
You seeing this?
Welch's, makers of the world's best-known Concord grape juice, have been based in Concord, Massachusetts since halfway through the 19th century. We've often featured this unique beverage due to its impressive health benefits and bold, unmistakable flavor. Welch's has gone on to diversify their range over the years, successfully launching many new juice-powered products designed for refreshment and flavor. With the imminent holiday season in mind, we're featuring Welch's Sparkling Grape Juices, the ideal non-alcoholic party refreshers brought to us by John Barrett and Son Limited. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
And welcome back. Well, in first division play at the PHC Stadium, PHC recovered from 10 for 3. They were going to score 189 before being bowled out. Deontay Durling was the top scorer with 51 not out, which came off of 84 balls. He hit 4 fours. Jamai Douglas was the pick of the flats bowlers. He tore through that front order of PHC. He finished with figures of 8 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 36. And then in reply, flats score 190 for 3. Keegan Jones was the top scorer with 53, which came off of 71 bowls. Jermaine Clark chipped in with 52, which came off of 99 bowls. He hit 5 fours, 2 sixes. Durlin took 1 for 41 from 9 overs. That included 2 maidens for PHC in that match. PHC started the season off, on a flyer, Doc, but it seems as if it's all now fading away. I'm trying to put my finger on it to try and figure out what's going on.
Well, I think the big miss has been Chris Douglas.
Yes,
his inspiration on the field. His betting. If you look at it, most times he was trying to bet right through the innings, and he was kind of stabilizing the innings. And on the field, he was giving advice to the captain and Berlin. It's like a big miss. It's almost like a player coach type of thing when he was on the field. So by losing him, it was one of those things where Chris, it's probably let his team down because, like I said, they're missing him.
Yeah.
And I think it's got 1 or 2 more games to go.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not too late for him.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens. That final first division match today at Southampton Oval, Somerset Bridge would have been smiling, scoring 275. Clarence Trott was the top scorer with 50 not out, which came off of 68 balls. He had 2 fours, 2 sixes. Jamari Beach was the pick of the Southampton Rangers bowlers. 7 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 35. And then in reply, we keep saying a lot rests on the shoulders of Dalen Richardson, the captain of Southampton Rangers. And today he came through scoring 127 not out. His runs came off of 99 balls. He hit 11 fours and 2 sixes. He managed to see them right through to victory today. And we talked about him batting earlier in the inning, so he gets more chances to be in the run chase. And I think another day that it's paid off for him.
Oh yeah, it's paid off big time, and the last 4 or 5, I think, maybe the last 3 or 4 or 5 games, it's been consistently making runs. And remember we were talking about that earlier, him getting in, doing the bulk of the betting. And once he stays there, the Rangers got a good chance of winning, just like today. But you look at that total, 270. That's a big total to chase down. I think that game was at Rangers.
It was at Rangers, yes.
Yeah, even still, that's a big total. Yes. And those guys at home, so it's Rangers home fans behind them. That's making it easier for them.
Yeah.
And the little boy, the Beach, he got a few wickets and he ended up staying with him. I think he got 30-something not out.
Yeah, 34 not out. He stayed with Dalen.
They had a good part. Yeah, they had a good partnership to bring him home. So, and that's what he needs,
Support.
Somebody just to support him, and he could go by this thing. And you look at his innings, it was only 2 sixes out of 120.
Yeah.
So that's basically he was, he's just keeping the ball on the ground, and and that's good. So that was a good captain's innings.
Yeah, definitely. I did want to just take a quick look at the extras because especially in the Southampton Rangers the Somerset Bridge inning, 32 wides. 32 wides. They gave up 48 extras in the because if you look at Clarence Trott scored 50, the next highest was 38, and that was Neil Woods.
Yeah, so had to be a lot of extras.
Yeah, Neil scored 42, but that it was too far in between, and 48 extras. Rangers will want to clean that up. And believe it or not, Somerset Bridge only bowled 8 wides, giving up 276 runs.
Okay. It's not bad.
15 in total, 15 extras.
And they still have
Wow.
not built it.
Yeah.
So that means the building had to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rangers would have put away the bad balls.
Yeah.
Every time they came, they'd have been putting away those bad balls. So
and that's what you have to do to build partnership.
yeah. Well, kudos to Southampton Rangers for a victory today over Somerset Bridge. What we're going to take our final commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be looking at those outstanding players of the weekend. We'll be right back.
Better Than Bouillon is an oft-featured organic food producer who believe that great recipes begin with great ingredients. This judiciously named brand is aimed directly at the primary stages of meal preparation in the kitchen, replacing traditional bouillon cubes and the like with bases made from organically produced meat and vegetables, resulting in a higher level of purity and a more robust flavor. This month we're featuring Better Than Bouillon organic bases, made with roasted beef or chicken or seasoned vegetables. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
How you doing? It's Coach Bascom here. Listen, I just want to introduce, to let you know that, guess what? Oh yeah, I've been endorsing salt. Now, you know what this is for, right? Yep. Smelly shoes. Those days that you're coming back from training, sneakers. Yep. You start, you're sitting them in your house, you got them in your room, and you got them in your closet, and you're getting that smell come through. Well, this is what it's for. Excited about it. Excited to promote because I believe in it. Because I know when I was playing outdoors, especially, this is definitely what I needed. Hey, even look at the packaging. Very, very professional company. Done on so much work. Yeah, with the material, with the bag. Listen, I'm excited about it. Glad to be a partner with them. Glad to be endorsing this product. Yeah. And here we go. Get your bag.
Putting down the weapons.
You seeing this?
And welcome back. Well, let's take a look at some of those top performers from yesterday. Jonte Smith with 100 against Western Stars. Abdul Salam, 91 not out. And Zari Painter, 73. And then you had Kevon Fobler, 9.2 overs, 2 maidens, 6 for 17. In the St. David's Cricket Club win over Bailey's Bay, you had Dalray Rollins scoring 84. Aaron Painter, 10 overs, 4 maidens, 3 for 27. Ricardo Brangman, 97 not out. In reply, helping St. David's win that match. 10 overs, 4 maidens, 2 for 9. That was Rollins's figures in that match. At Devonshire Recreation Club, where Flats won by 8 wickets. Jan Johan now 98 not out, helping Flats chase down that 195. Ajay Daniel scored 57 not out for Devonshire Recreation Club. Keegan Jones, who was the top scorer today, 7.1 overs, 3 for 32. And then today, top performers, that Cleveland County victory over Western Stars, Alan Douglas, 8 overs, 2 maidens, 6 for 12. Up at Somerset Cricket Club, Jarrett Richardson, 138 off the 126 bowls. Dominic Sabir, 2 for 64. Gennaro Tucker, 82 not out. His runs came off of 70 bowls. And then the top of the table clash down at Wellington Oval, Abdul Salam, top scorer of 72 after his 90 odd yesterday. He had 8 fours, 2 sixes. CJ Otterbridge took 4 for 57 off of 10. Shakai Darrow took 4 for 32 off of 10 that included a maiden, helping St. George's Bill St. David's, restricts St. David's to 208 for 9. Dean Stevens scored 33. In the first division, Deontay Doling, 51 not out, helping PHC recover from that disastrous start of 10 for 3. They would go on to make 189, but still Flats were able to chip away. They got 53 from Keegan Jones and 52 from Jermaine Clark as they scored 190 for 3. And then Southampton Rangers chased down 275 with Dalen Richardson, the top scorer of 127, not out. His runs came off of 99 bowls. Clarence Trott scored 50 not out for Somerset Bridge. Doc, I have an idea of who I want.
I got 2.
Who I
got an idea too.
who should be player of the week. I'll let you go first then.
I've got Abdul Salim or Dalen Richardson, one of those 2.
Well, I had Dalen Richardson. Only because, and you pointed it out in his inning of 129.
Yeah.
When you start talking about 11 fours, 5 sixes, he kept the ball on the ground a lot, ran between the wicket a lot as well. And
actually, 2 sixes.
Huh?
Yeah, 2 sixes, right? You said it, right?
No, 5 sixes.
Oh, 5.
5 sixes. 5 sixes. But his runs guided them to victory. Now, I thought about Abdul. 2 good knocks over the weekend. But I think of late, Dalen has come on and really helped Southampton Rangers spur them on to some victories. And today was just another big one for them. And
exactly.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Dalen.
It's to be a Ryan, that I see. Well, like you said, we could go with Dalen. I mean, like I said, I mentioned Abdul because, like I said, he had 2 good knocks and he had 2, and St. George's won and Rangers won. But like you said, Dalen has been doing that for the past couple of weeks too. He's been taking the runs and basically taking a few wickets too. So same as Abdul. So so we like you said, we can't give it to Dalen.
Yeah, happy to announce Dalen Richardson as the player of the week for this week. We did have a presentation at Gosling's. Unfortunately, the video is unable to be played right now. We will play it next week with the players of the week. So, Doc, thank you very much for joining this evening. Have a good night.
Cheers.